What's poppin', my J dolls? And I'm back with another video. Before we get to this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we are never one of them, y'all. So if you're not subscribing, you a hater. And you need to take that with your mama, because why she raised you like that, period. So anyways, y'all, today I'm going to do a story time. Yeah, I'm gonna do a story time, and this story time is gonna be about the last white man that I went on a date with. Y'all tend to like when I tell y'all story times of me dating white men, so here is the latest one. This was probably about, let me look it up, y'all, because baby, I don't want to get to lying. I do not want to get to lying. I do not want to get to lying. So we was talking around June, so that July, August, September, it's almost, it's just July, August. That was like only 2 months ago, y'all. Like 2.5 months ago or something like that. Anyhow, y'all. So we were talking around June, y'all. At this point, y'all, let's just start from the beginning, right? I meet this man, and I'm still on the fence, y'all. Let me clarify this. Let me actually clarify this before I get into the video, y'all. I have never been in a relationship with a white man, and it's nothing against a white man. There's no problem with it, but I know I have a community of black women that watch me, so I want to clarify, right? Never been in a relationship with a white man. I've just recently started going on dates with white men. I really didn't think white men mess with me like that until I lost weight. So like now I attract a lot of them, y'all, and I live in Minnesota, so there's a lot of them here. So I've been like, let me try to give them a chance, and they haven't been working out for me either. So baby, is it them? Is it me? Is it, I don't know. Is it men in general, baby? I have to start dating a stud? Let me know, God, right now. Okay? What is going on? Because if it ain't working with the white man, it ain't working with the black man, it ain't working with the Asian man, it ain't working with the Hispanic man. Is it just I'm not supposed to be with a man? Or I don't know. Anyway, y'all. I play too much. But anyhow, y'all, I met him on Hinge. Y'all, Hinge used to be the good site, but now every time somebody hear Hinge, it'd be like, you're crazy. Why are you even on Hinge? Like, baby, you're unhinged because you're unhinged. Okay, pretty much. Anyways, y'all, I feel like I meet a lot of guys on Hinge, to be honest. I go on dates with a lot of guys from Hinge because I do meet a lot of guys out too. Now I'm getting to the point where I meet guys when I'm out and they ask for my number, they ask for my Instagram. But it is weird. Every time I meet guys out, it never go nowhere. Like, they do some weird shit from the back. From the start, it'd be like, nah, I am never going to see this man in real life. It just takes about one phone call. We'll get on the phone and I'll be like, weird. Or it takes them saying some weird stuff in text message. They're out. Or them being inconsistent right away. They're out. And it's probably because a lot of times when I go out for real, when I meet guys, it's during the night. I don't really meet guys during the day. That sounds crazy, but like the only time I go out like that is like if I go to a bar. That's not really the right type of man to find. So I'll go to a bar, or I'll be mostly bars. I don't do a lot of clubs. So yeah, I'll go out to a bar and I meet a guy, and then I realize that they play too many games, right? Or I'll be at like an open mic and I meet a guy, but they're like a rapper. So it's like, baby, the people that I am running into in the real world outside of the internet, it's not working for me either. Like, it's not even working for me to assist to even get to a date. So honestly, Hinge has been a better bet for me than actually meeting the dudes that I've been meeting in person, because guys I've been meeting in person be club promoters. I say this all the time, y'all. Club promoters, rappers, security bouncers, like personal trainers. Like, this is what I've been attracting, like F-boys. So yeah, I'm not going on a date with an F-boy if he start playing with me from the back. So anyways, y'all, boom, this guy, he seemed like a nice guy. We're talking on Hinge and all of that stuff. And he's like, okay, cool. Like, we're vibing. Like, we have a good conversation. But mind y'all, I can have good conversation without anybody because I am great at holding conversations. Only until I get lazy and I feel like, okay, baby, you can't hold no conversation. I'm not even going to keep carrying this on. I'm not going to carry this on my back. Okay, so I'm just going to start acting dry. That's the only way I start acting dry, because I'm just not a dry ass, you know. I need to stop cussing, but I'm just not dry. So that's just not me. So anybody I can vibe with. Like, to be honest, I am a Pisces. I can I'm a chameleon. Like, anywhere I go, I adapt to the energy. That's why I can't be around too many people. So boom, we talking, things are smooth. He asked me on a date, y'all, and for this date, it was actually cute. It was like a beer wine fest type of vibe. But mind y'all, it was very close to my neighborhood. It was very close to the place that I grew up and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is a lot because I don't want to be seen out. Nothing was wrong with him at all. But it was just like, I don't want to be seen out and like people think I have a man or something because it's too close to where I grew up and went to high school, you know, whatever. Anyways, y'all, we go there. Everything's cool. He's very nice. We're talking, but y'all, he rode his bicycle there. He has a car, okay, and he has a home, but he rode his bicycle there. He had texted me. He was like, okay, you know, I'm going to ride my bike, whatever. And it's okay because I've really been trying to get back into my bike and I want to ride for some miles and stuff, like a good exercise. So I'm like, okay, I don't want to tell you to not exercise because I'm all about a healthy king and I'm all about, you know, being active, okay? But he had mentioned like, oh, like, you know, he's a bunch of miles and stuff. He hopes he's not sweaty. And I'm like, baby, you better not, please, you shouldn't even tell me that because now when I hug you, I'm going to be thinking like, is his back sweaty? Am I getting sweat on me? And I'm going to freak out, okay? So I'm just like, okay. I told him, I was like, I don't know. Like, if you're sweaty, just don't hug me. I told him, it's like, I don't know if I want to hug you if you're sweaty. Like, I'm going to be honest with you because I'm going to freak out about it. He said, oh, no, I'm fine. I'll make sure I'm dry way before you get here or something. I still thought that was freaking weird. That is some white boy stuff right there. So anyways, I'm like, okay, whatever, bro. Let's go. So anyways, we get there. He doesn't seem sweaty. We hug and it's cool. So we go to this fest and it's very nice. I don't drink beer. I never had drunk beer before I even lost weight. I never drank beer. I didn't like the taste of it. And beer makes you bloated. It's not for the cute girls. I'm sorry. And if you drink beer, I'm sorry. But I can't be bloated. I can't have all of that. That stuff in my stomach. And then on top of that, y'all, so I drink wine. So before we even went, he made sure that there was wine and seltzers. I don't drink seltzers either because of all of the acid that's in there and all of the carbonation. And y'all know I had weight loss surgery, so carbonation and weight loss surgery don't really go hand in hand, but you can have it because I've had Sprite mixed with liquor and stuff, which I don't prefer, but it's been done in an accident and stuff like that, and I've been fine. It doesn't really do anything to everybody, but I just do not drink it. I just feel like it's a waste of bloating, and yeah. So anyway, so I don't drink seltzers. So anyhow, I don't even drink champagne like that. So something that y'all, because I'll be talking about some stupid shit. But anyways, y'all, so boom, he made sure like, okay, they have wine, they have other drinks too. So like, you know, we should be good because I told him I do not drink carbonated drinks and stuff like that. So it was cool. He really actually went out his way to make sure that, you know, there was drinks for me. So anyhow, y'all, we went there and we started running into all of his friends, y'all. Mind you, he had the same birthday as my ex-best friend. At the time, me and my friend, I wouldn't say ex because we haven't like officially broke up, but we just kind of were on a break and kind of accentuates maybe breaking up for real. But anyways, y'all, at the time, I was still friends with her. And I'm like, oh my God, he has the same birthday as you. Maybe this is like meant to be. Maybe like, you know, whatever. And my last ex, y'all, had the same birthday as my cousin. So I'm like, oh my gosh, alignment. Divine. Divinely not divine. Divinely, you're a clown. So anyways, y'all, literally... Universe is saying, girl, I did not tell you that. You're making it up. But anyways, I think every connection is divine for a reason anyway, so to teach you a lesson. But anyways, boom. He had the same birthday, so I'm like, okay, we vibe naturally. We naturally vibe. We naturally can conversate, like, you know. And then we start running into all his friends. So he knew a lot of people because he was in a frat before. I didn't really know this man was in a frat, so I'm like, okay. But then he pretty much like, I don't really talk to none of these dudes no more because they're kind of like bad people. They're like terrible. A lot of them are terrible people besides the ones that we did in a meet that were nice, like nice. And, you know, he still kind of like, he don't talk to them on an everyday basis, but he's cool with them. So he was introducing me to his friends and his friends was introducing their partners to me. Like, it was like they all had relationships. They were all like coupled up. And then it was me and him. And then one of the friends was like, oh, so like, how long have y'all been together? And I look at him, I was like, oh, I'm gonna let him tell you that. Like, because this is our first date, bro. First date, and I'm meeting all these people that he went to college with or whatever. And he was like, oh, we just met on Hinge. This is our first date. So I was like, okay, cool. He don't put like, he honest, because I don't want to sit here and lie to these people or whatever. And they start like, oh, okay, like, you know, that's cool, whatever. So anyhow, we was vibing. We were having a good time. I'm not going to say anything bad about the first date, because it wasn't really anything bad about the first date. So, but the first date was so long, and they do say that's a red flag when your date be lasting for hours and hours, because your first date really should be like an hour to 2 hours. But our date was like 4, almost 5 hours, and it was hot outside, and I was tired. I was like, okay, well, it's time for me to go home because I'm getting hungry. I had my protein bar, and I don't want to eat anything else out here. I'm a healthy queen. So he understood. So he's like, okay, cool. Anyways, y'all. Mind you though, I treat myself like when I feel like it means to treat myself. But if it's like something I can just go home and eat something, I'm just gonna go home and eat it. Like, unless I had planned to go to a restaurant or planned to go to an event or something. So anyway, so boom. He's like, okay, cool. He is like, oh, okay, the time kind of went fast. So he walks me, mind y'all, he used to live by where the fest was. So he's like, I want to show you my old house that I used to have. So I said, okay, sure, you know. So we walked to his old house. He's like, I just want to go, I want to walk you there so you can see the garden that I grew there. It was pretty cool. I'm like, okay, sure. I don't think the man's going to kill me or nothing. Like, I'll go on a walk with him. So we go to the walk to his old house, and we see this garden and stuff. He tells me about how he used to live here, and how he used to live here with his ex-girlfriend. How he used to live here with his ex-girlfriend for about 3, they was together for 3 years, and all this stuff. So I was like, Now, why would you bring me to the old house where you and your ex-girlfriend used to live? That is weird. I get you want me to see your garden, but then we got to this whole backstory about your ex-girlfriend. So I was like, okay, something weird with this energetically. So I asked him, I said, okay, so why did you guys break up? Like, you know, all this stuff. But he kind of like was like, oh, it was like they were compatible, and that like her and him weren't like communicating well. And this is what he said. This was kind of weird. They knew that they weren't soulmates, but they were like okay with just staying together. Like they knew they were never going to be married. They knew all these type of things. And I'm like, that's strange. So like, if you knew you wasn't gonna marry her, or she knew you wasn't gonna marry her, then why was y'all together for 3 years? So, mind you, when we was talking, we sat down, we was talking about marriage had came up because he was talking about divorce and stuff, his parents being divorced, and he had some type of, and y'all don't know who he was, so it's not like I'm airing his stuff out, but he had some type of trauma behind his mother. Like, his mother wasn't really a good person, was a manipulator, and he didn't have any relationship with his mother at all. And obviously, that is not his fault, and I don't blame anybody for that. But a man that has a bad relationship with his mother typically, not all the time, but typically have a hard time respecting women, or have a hard time being nurturers and loving, and you know, they kind of miss that compassion of a woman, so they don't really know how to treat a woman. And sometimes they're so used to like having a hate or bitter towards a woman that they can also carry that to relationships. So I had already told him, like, so with the divorce, do you even believe in marriage? Because I know sometimes divorce will like really just kind of ruin your idea of marriage and stuff. And he practically was like, oh no, like it didn't, like he's still open to it, and but you know, with time and stuff. But I didn't fully believe it, y'all. The thing about me, y'all, if you know me, you watch this, like I'm a reader. Like I can read through people, and I can read through their eyes. And I'm an empath. I can feel when people are lying. I can feel when people are like telling the truth. I can feel when people are sad. But I feel all that shit. So I knew that he didn't really fully believe in marriage. It wasn't that like he would never get married, but it's not on his list to do. So I feel like that's why him and his ex really broke it off, but he wasn't fully giving the details. So he said even he has matured more, and back then he wasn't even mature. So I think he's done something, and he wasn't really fully telling me. So I was like, okay, this is already weird, but that's in the past. It's in the past, whatever. This is date 1. Everything else is going fine. We'll at least give it date number 2. So date 1 was cool. Like he got me what I needed and stuff like that. He was kind of frugal. I mean, he got my drinks and everything, but I could just tell that he was a little frugal. Like he didn't be like, okay, let me buy you food and stuff. Like he didn't really ask me to buy me food. So anyways, y'all, we walked to the car. He walks me to my car, and like we hug and stuff, and then he kisses me, And I didn't mind kissing him. But yeah, I'm trying to register some things, and honestly, I'm just not fully attracted to white men like that. They don't really make me feel like hot and bothered. Like, they don't give me like, oh, I want to jump on you. It just don't give that for me. I don't know. So when I kiss them, it always feels weird. Like, it feels like, I'm kissing like a guy friend that I don't know that well, you know? So when I kiss him, like, I feel like I should kiss him because I feel like he's nice and the date went well, but I don't feel like attracted. Does that make sense? He's not ugly. He was nowhere near ugly. He's good looking, but it's just, he don't turn me on. Like, this is not what I think of when I think turn me on. Okay? Like, the man that lifted me up after the club that one day, he turned me on. Okay? Like, he was black. He had muscles and yeah. But this guy, but anyways, y'all, so it's like, whatever. Maybe it's not about that. God wants me to see the inner people and like try something new, because I keep going for the same type, and obviously those types are detrimental. So anyways, y'all, we go on date number 2. Day number 2, he's like, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna be out of town. He was really good at communicating, which I did like about him. He would always text back. He would be very communicative about dates and stuff like that. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna be out of town, because he worked in a job where he like was in and out of town. I'm not gonna say what he did, but he had a decent career. So anyways, y'all, so he's like, okay, I'm gonna be back on this day, and I want to take you out when I get back. So I'm gonna, you know, text you so we can plan a date. So it's okay, cool. So he had found this Afro night, like it's an Afro beat night at this like First Avenue, y'all. So I ain't never been to the Afro beat rave. It was an Afro beat rave. Like, that is really, that is the blackest white stuff you can do. Like, that is the most cultural African to white ratio that I've ever heard of. So he have said there's an Afro rave. I said, I didn't even know that was a thing for real. Y'all, I'm gonna find the video of the panda in my phone and the panda dancing and shit. Like, that's what made it a rave, but it was just Afro music with like a panda. That's practically what it was giving. So anyways, y'all, I'm gonna put a video so y'all can see. So we went there, and it kind of threw me off, because I think this was kind of like divine, with God trying to put me in the room of like, who is usually my type, y'all. I usually not just date black men, but I usually date African men. I haven't really dated, I've only been in a relationship with one African American guy, and not even a relationship, like a situationship. So I ain't never, no, I've been in a relationship with one African American guy, and I've been in a situationship with one African American guy, a black guy. Every other relationship I've been with has been with African men. So anyways, so it's like I'm in an African space where it's typically my type, like the DJs, the freaking artists, they're my type. Like, these people are my type, and I'm here with a white man. And nothing's wrong with white people. Y'all don't take this. I'm not racist. I'm just speaking black facts, right? So anyways, y'all, boom. We're having a cool time. We get there, of course, on white people time. We get there when it's supposed to start 7:30. No African is there at 7:30. Africans don't get nowhere. The African time is worse than color people time, okay? When they be talking about color people time, when it's black people time, we be like maybe an hour late max. Africans be like 2+ hours late. Okay, they'll get to the function that almost ended. So anyways, y'all, it's 7:30. Even the artists are not there. Like, the performers are not there. So we're like, okay, boom. We're going to go to this little restaurant, bar that's connected to the First Ave concert venue. Anyhow, y'all, we're eating. Like, we decided to choose food. And I tell him, okay, this is a good time to tell him that I had weight loss surgery. I don't really think I got to tell everybody. Really, not even on the second date. I'm going to stop telling people on the second date. Maybe when it gets to third, fourth, or fifth date, maybe. But it's kind of like annoying because of people's reactions. A lot of people don't care, but then a lot of people like get a little nervous about it. So anyways, I told him, because I was like, I don't want him to be like, this girl eats like a bird. Does she have an ED? Like, is she just avoiding eating every time I'm with her or whatever? So I overanalyze those things as well. So anyhow, y'all, I end up telling him like, hey, you know, I had weight loss surgery. I just want you to know. That's why I'm like hyper focused on weight loss. That's like why I'm a certified weight loss coach. I really am into nutrition. I can't really eat that much. And he was a foodie, which is very I ain't even gonna say anything. But anyways, he's a foodie, right? And I realized I don't really align with foodies anymore because that is not my hobby. My hobby is not to eat. My hobby is to like go in nature, go for runs, go do yoga, go perform at poetry nights, go to look at art, go to concerts, like artistic, creative things. That is hobbies to me. I don't think eating out is a hobby. I'm not judging people because this used to be my hobby, right? Eating out. But eating out is a low vibrational hobby. It doesn't really grow your mental, and it doesn't really build your personal growth, in my opinion. Not saying every hobby has to do that, but I just feel like it's mindlessly doing something, just putting food in your mouth. So I don't really get along well with people that just want to eat all the time, especially eat out all the time, because I cook a lot at home. So anyhow, y'all, so I told him this, and I could see in his face like he was kind of like disappointed, and not in a judgmental way, because he was telling me that he's been trying to lose weight. Like, he wasn't big at all, but like he had gained some weight, I guess, since like college. But like he was telling me on the first day how he's trying to lose weight and stuff, and how he gets his meals prepped and all that type of stuff. Blase. So when I told him that, I could see his face, he was disappointed, but he lied about it because he wasn't judging me, but he was just like, oh, how is this gonna work, type of thing. Like, I don't really like that. So I was like, oh, you know, are you okay with that? Like, are you okay that I had weight loss surgery? Like, how do you feel about it? When I ask you questions, just know I got answers to it. Like, y'all, I've been asking questions since I was a kid. And people are like, why do you ask so many questions? Why do you whatever? People hate people that have things to hide or don't know how to express themselves or how to expand on topics. Hate me because I will keep digging and digging with questions because I know the answers, but I want you to pull them out and give them to me. So anyways, y'all, the thing is, I asked him, like, how do you feel about that? Because I could see in his face he was not really feeling it. He was like, oh, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I don't think I should have any opinion on your body. I shouldn't have any opinion on what you did. Like, as long as you're happy, like, I don't see why anybody would care. But he was over theatrical about it. So I'm like, baby, you care. Like, just be real. I don't really care if you do care. You can just say it. You know what I mean? Be real. All I ask is people to be real. And I can see in his face and his eyes that he was trying to convince me, but you're not convincing me, baby. I'm a reader. I can see through all that shit. Like, I can see through it. Because people ask me, how do you know that? How do you know that? I don't know. My ex asked me that before. Like, how do you know that? What made you ask that? I told him the spirit guides. And he laughed. He thinks it's a joke, baby. I'm dead serious. It just populates in my brain, okay? So anyways, boom. After this, I'm already thinking, like, okay, yeah, he's not really real. I don't really like phony people. I don't really like people that can just be like, oh, like, that is kind of different. You don't even got to be mean, like, oh, that's kind of different, you know, I wasn't expecting that. Maybe that's something I might have to adjust to, or maybe that's something I'm not really into, whatever. Like, being honest. So anyways, we go about our day. We go to this rave. We're having a cool time. We're dancing. So we start drinking. He gets me my drinks and everything. Mind you, because the thing about me, when we went out to eat, I said, pick what you want, because I'm just going to eat a little bit of it, and then I'm going to be full. So you could just pick whatever you want, what you're feeling, and then I'm going to eat some of it. So anyhow, because there's no need to just carry leftovers when we got to go to a whole concert. So we're going in this concert room, and she's like, oh, I love these local shows. Like, I love the local shows because they're pretty cheap, and like, you don't have to spend too much money, but you still have a good time. You get to see local artists, blase, blase. Every time we would talk, it would be about money. Like, it'd be like, oh, this is cheap, or I don't like to spend too much money on this, and stuff like, oh, mind y'all, when we sat down at the dinner table, when we started talking about the weight loss surgery, we didn't spend too much time on that. We started talking about spending money. Like, he started talking about how his car slid on the like street or something during the winter time, his Kia or something. He's like, oh, he's been having the same Kia, he won't get a new car and stuff like that, and he almost slid and like ran into somebody's car or whatever because his tires were sliding. So I said, oh, you might need to get some new tires then. Like, at least if you're gonna be cheap and you don't want to buy a new car, there's nothing wrong with your car. You don't need to buy a new car, because he picked me up, mind you, y'all. I don't never let no man pick me up, but I let this man pick me up from my house the second day. And the reason why I did is I felt safe with him. I know how to read people. Like, this man ain't no murderer, this man ain't crazy. Like, Like, he's just a little white boy. Like, and white people can be crazy. Trust me, they be the serial killers. But I know a serial killer when I see one. So I knew it wasn't him. So anyways, boom. So that's the only man I've ever let me pick up on a second date, y'all. Because I just felt like he had good energy. It's just, we just don't align. So anyways, boom. Y'all, so we literally start talking on his date, and he starts talking about how, oh no, like I don't even buy new tires because he works from home. He's like, I don't buy new tires. Like, I just avoid going out now in the winter. So you're so cheap. You will avoid going out in the winter because you don't want to get new tires. You're so cheap, you put your life on the line because you don't want to buy new tires. You're willing to kill yourself over buying new tires because you just got a car accident and you still did buy new, at least winter tires. So, and mind you, he drive a Kia. I didn't even think about this. Your shit probably can even get stolen. Like, bro, at this point, you might need to just upgrade the whole car. But if you don't upgrade the car, at least upgrade the tires, please. This is Minnesota. Your ass will slide down like a motherfucking sled. Anyways, y'all. So, I start getting concerned because I do not do well with cheap people. Like, I want a man that is financially literate because I am not the best with finances, okay? So, I need a man that can level me out, but I don't need a cheap frugal man. Like, oh no, baby, instead of using tissue, we ran out of tissue, let's reuse rags or something. Like, I don't want no cheapskate. I just want a man that is smart with his funds, right? So anyhow, I start getting like a red flag from this because I'm like, okay, you're really, really cheap. Like, first you start talking about how cheap these tickets were, and then now you're talking about how cheap like this is, you know what I mean? And then I asked him, because I'm starting to ask more intentional questions when I'm on dates with people, because I am looking for a husband, right? And I'm not rushing into a marriage. I'm not rushing into a relationship, but I want to make sure, are you even husband material for me? So I asked him, I said, so when it comes to household, right? I just want to know what your mindset is. Like, what do you feel like how the household should run when it comes to responsibilities in the home and when it comes to finances in the home? How do you feel like those should work in the household? So he was like, oh, wow, I've never been asked that before. I mean, that's something that he's just rolling around. So anyways, he finally was like, oh, well, I don't really believe in like a stay-at-home mom. Like, I feel like that's kind of full of crap. Like, I don't really think no mom needs to just be staying home while the father is working. Like, I feel like both partners should be working. And I feel like he was like, I'm fine with doing like 50-50. Like, I'm fine with just splitting the bills. Like, I don't really, I'm not going to make you be like, oh, you need to cook, you need to clean. Like, if I told you that stuff, you probably like, oh, this guy, like, I need to run away. Like, oh, like, he's like, I already take care of myself. Like, I already pay a cleaner to come to my house and clean for me. Like, you're not my maid or anything. And I'm like, oh, you thought I was gonna think, oh, you want a woman that cook and clean. I'm gonna be like, oh no, let me stay away from this man. No, I'm thinking, oh, let me stay away from this man because this man don't even believe in stay-at-home moms. This man believe in 50-50. Let me stay away from him. And reason why, y'all, is because you don't even understand what it takes to raise kids. And I told him that. I was like, you know, like, honestly, if I had kids, I would want to stay with my kid at least for the first year at least. The first year, stay home with my kid. I don't want to put my kid in daycare. And I don't want a husband that's going to make me go back to work right away. Or feel like, oh, I have to go leave my kid right away because my husband can't take care of the finances and stuff. He was like, oh, well, no, that's understandable. Like, but like, I'm being the people that are like, their kids are in school and they're still at home. Like being a soccer mom and like cleaning up and stuff like that. I feel like that's a job during the day. I'm like, okay, it's giving cheap. But you said you were fine with 50-50. He was like, oh, I don't even mind if my wife is very ambitious and she's doing better than me. Like, I'm not a like person that has a lack of confidence. Like, I would even be a stay-at-home dad if my wife was doing better than me. A stay-at-home dad? Are you crazy? Are you smoking on them rocks? So I said, oh, baby, no. Well, this is the last time I will be out with him. Baby, cut the show. I'm done. Y'all, mind you, I'm used to dating Africans. I don't even gotta worry about nothing like that. No African man, unless they bum, they not going to let you take care of them. They won't even let you spend a dollar on them most of the time. So anyways, I said, okay, whatever. Let's go to this rave. Let's have a cool time. We go to this rave. We're drinking. Things are fun. So, y'all, I'm dancing with this man. And you know when you twerking on a man, I just like winding on a man, because I ain't do too much on him because he can't handle it. You know, I know who can handle it. So y'all, why is he moving with me? Like, he moving while I'm not. This is turning me down. This is turning me off, baby. This is why I can't do this. So it was stressing me out because the African men were looking at me, and I'm with this white man, and I'm like, these are my type, and then they're looking at me like, what are you doing here with him? And I'm looking at them like, I want to be here with you. It was a mess. And then I go to the bathroom, y'all. I go to the bathroom. I walk back, and this African man started asking me questions about my name, where I'm from, because he thinks, like, you know, I'm, like, African and not African American. I'm like, I don't even know. We start talking stuff. He's like, oh, I can cook for you, or I can, like, do these things for you. I'm like, sir, I'm stuttering. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm actually on a date here. So I'm sorry. Can't talk to you. So anyways, he's like, oh, okay, no problem, whatever. He was kidding. So anyways, y'all, he wasn't even my type really, so I didn't even care. So anyways, y'all, I went back to old dude, and I, like, we was hanging out cool, but I told him in the car, I was like, you know, I wanted to just be honest with you to let you know that the dude was trying to talk to me, because it was like, the old dude, the white dude was over here, and then the African dude that was trying to talk to me was over there, so you could clearly see that I was talking to him if he was looking over, like, I was talking to this African dude, and I think that's really disrespectful, like, to try to talk to somebody when you're on a date with other people, because that's happened to a couple people before that I know of, so I just want to clarify, this man tried to talk to me, but I didn't talk to him, so I just want you to know. So anyways, we talked about it in the car. He was like, oh, no, that's fine. Like, I know we're not, like, any relationship or nothing. Like, I respect that you told me, and, like, I respect that you, like, respect me enough that I was there. Like, you know, to not do that while I was there, but, like, you know, we're both single, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever, for sure. So anyways, y'all, we get to the car, and we start kissing. I've been guilt kissing people. That's a trauma reaction, and I can't do that anymore. And I feel like I do that more with white people than black guys, because a lot of black guys don't just kiss. Like, they know when the vibe is there to kiss you. I think white guys just be like kissing you just to see. I don't know, I might be making that up, but I just know, like, black dudes know when the vibe is vibing. He ended up driving me back home, and when we got to my house, he, like, I think we kissed again. And I felt like he was getting hot and bothered, and I wasn't. I was like, you're cool, but probably not gonna see you again. So, and I've been doing a lot of things, y'all, where I've been working on my self-love, like not trying to compromise on my ideals or compromise on my. It looks like I don't have no clothes on, y'all, but I have a dress. But stop compromising on what I want in a man. I really want a provider. I want a protector. And a man that's generous. He doesn't have to be rich, but he has to be generous with his time, generous with his money. And I also going to be understanding and not take advantage of him either, y'all. I'm not on that type of time, but I want a man that I can depend on. And if I want to, and when I think of it, if I want to marry you or you want to marry me and we want to have kids together, I want to be able to feel safe and, like, solid with you. Like, when I have to take time off of work, or when I can't go to work because the kids are sick or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a man thinking I'm going to be slaving at home and also slaving in my job. Like, I don't ever see myself just being stay-at-home mom really like that full-time. Anyways, I'm just a boss. I don't even know if I would be a mom. But if I do end up being a mom, I want to be able to really depend on my husband. So anyways, y'all, I was just like, okay, this is just not meant to be. Like, he's not a bad person. He's actually nice. Like, he's cool. He's attractive. But I'm not attracted to him. So anyhow, y'all, he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to message you so we can pick out a different day to hang out, whatever. So he had texted me and told me when he made it home safe and stuff. And then he's like, oh, he's going to let me know next week when he has time when we should hang out. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this one's weird because he usually always says a day, like, right away. Like, oh, I want to see you this day. But this time he's all, let me, like, I'm going to look at my schedule and then I'm going to let you know what day. So I'm like, okay, cool. No problem. I didn't really care. At this point, I was already debating back and forth if I was going to see him again or not. So what had ended up happening is, like, he went ghost for a day. Like, we was talking and he just randomly went ghost. And I was like, oh, yeah, no. I don't mess with ghosts. If you ghost me for a day and come and talk to me, if you ghost me for a couple of days and come back and talk to me, just know you clips. It's done. It's clipboard. It's out the damn window. It's out the damn door. It's in the trash can. Ain't never gonna be opened again, because that is something that I don't like. When I be inconsistent is if from the beginning you were like this, like from the beginning you didn't really text me every day and you were sparsely, you know what I mean? Or from the beginning, like even that I wouldn't accept anyways, but I would be a little bit more understanding versus somebody that was talking to me every day, or all the time trying to be like connected, and then they just go ghost, or they start like switching up their communication. I don't like that, because you need to keep up with what you started with, point blank period. So if you started with being inconsistent, that's different. But if you, yes. So anyways, y'all, I was just, okay, this is perfect. Not gonna talk to him anymore. So I just texted him and I just told him like, hey, you know, like, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna tell y'all what I texted me. I was very nice, and he was very nice as well, and I respected it. I respected it on period, because this other dude got mad. Okay, I said, hey, I think you are a really nice guy, but I want to be honest with you. Not sure if you felt the same way, but I don't really feel like our values align when it comes to long term. I'm also a little high maintenance, and I'm used to certain standards, because he kind of had said something about he don't like people in LA, like he don't like LA people. I love LA, and this is the second person that I went on a date with that say they don't like LA, they don't like LA people and stuff like that. I like LA, and I get why they say that, but I'm a fashion girly, so I like it for the fashion, I like it for the calmness. I find LA to be very calm, even though it's busy and chaotic when it comes to like homeless and like drug addicts and stuff. But other than that, like when you go to the beach with the music, when you vibing in the car, even the driving traffic is so calming. It's something about California that's calming to me, even with the chaos. I like the city, but most likely if I was ever to live in California, I would love to live in Malibu or Santa Monica. I wouldn't want to live in downtown LA or nothing like Hollywood or nothing like that. So anyways, I was like, I'm used to certain standards. It seems like you don't typically like that. I just don't want to waste your time or mine, so I prefer to be upfront. And he said, makes sense, good luck, and thanks for letting me know. So I really respected him. He responded back. He took it, you know, to the chin. And I really respect him for that. He was a nice guy. I don't see nothing bad about him. Mind y'all, I forgot to tell y'all, when we was there, the ex-girlfriend, remember the house that he showed me? That ex-girlfriend was at the same fest. And the ex-girlfriend looked at him, and he looked at her, and she looked away. So that was awkward, because she probably like, oh, he got a new girl, and she's a black girl. I don't know if his ex was black. I doubt it. His ex probably was a white girl. And he's like, oh, she's here with this black girl. I was looking cute too, y'all. I had this dress on. I had like my wig. My wig was wiggy that day. Or did I have my regular straight hair where my hair was longer? I don't know. But I was looking cute, y'all. And I was serving. So his ex probably thought he had a new girlfriend. Imagine if I was out and I see my ex with a newbie. I ain't never had that happen yet. I don't think it's gonna happen. And and even if I did, I wouldn't care. But anyways, y'all, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching my video. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. Like, was I overdoing it? Do y'all believe in 50-50? Do y'all believe in 75? Do y'all believe in 70-30? Do y'all believe in like 100%? What do y'all believe? Because me, I think 70-30 can do for me. Like, it can do for me. Like, I'll pay the utilities. I'll pay the groceries. You know what I mean? Maybe like my car, no, I'm not paying your car, no. That's OD. Okay, because by then I might as well pay the rent. So, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like my man should be able to handle the rent or mortgage and his car payment. Like, I shouldn't pay rent or mortgage. Like, that's how I feel. And if you don't like it, off. Because I started to realize, y'all, and it's okay, you don't have to agree, but if you try to like disregard that, or like, girl, da 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 da, then you get off. I'm not saying you have to agree with that. I'm just saying don't be combative in my comments about it. But let me tell y'all, my granddad, this made me reassured that I can find this type of man. I don't need to settle, because my granddad was very generous. My granddad would take care of the bills. So, and they might say, oh, it's your granddad, but my granddad, now mind y'all, my granddad was pretty well off. But I need to find a man then that's pretty well off then, because I am aiming to be pretty well off. I'm middle class already, and I am aiming to be upper high class, up millionaire. So I need a man that's going to match my energy. So yeah, and right now I don't have no kids. So if you cannot take on the rent with just me and you, because what is that, like a 1-bedroom, maybe possibly a 2? What was you doing when you was living by yourself? That's how I feel like. Now when it comes to kids in the mix, I get it. It's a little bit more pricey. But if you think about it, the man is already getting a discount. Because if you live by yourself, you got to pay your rent. You got to pay your groceries. You got to pay your utilities. You got to pay all of this, your Wi-Fi, da-da-da. So by me coming in or we getting together, you're getting a discount. So let me know in the comments what y'all feel. But y'all, that's the bad story time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.